Greetings from Geneva at the World Health Organization headquarters. I'm very honored to be with you, even if it's on this virtual way, and I'm really sorry that I cannot be with you and at this important research center. It is my pleasure and my honor to be addressing you today on the health and climate change, which is one of my favorite topics, no doubt, and having the opportunity to discuss some of the key issues technically and politically that are relevant to this agenda. And in fact, let me tell you, maybe starting with one critical point. A few months ago, WHO did an estimation of the burden of diseases caused by exposure to environmental risk factors. The result of that told us that 12.6 million premature deaths are occurring every year caused by exposure to environmental risk factors. What are those environmental risk factors? Clearly, air pollution, lack of access to safe water and sanitation, certain chemicals, pesticides, and others. But among them, and probably one of the most important, and the one causing and exacerbating all the environmental risks is climate change. I think we all know by now very well that climate change is putting at risk the basis of our health. The main pillars of our health are access to safe water, access to food, shelter, and being protected from the most terrible infectious diseases. Well, all of those four pillars will be at risk because of the climate change. Certain diseases will find better conditions for transmission. If we have extreme weather events, obviously this will have a massive impact on our health. And if we have floods or droughts, we will not have an agricultural production, and therefore we will have problems with our nutrition. Clearly, climate change represents one of the most important threats to our health in this century. And at the same time, it might be one of the biggest opportunities for public health. Why I'm saying that? If you look at the Paris Treaty on climate change, you will see that what the countries have committed to do under the Paris Treaty is all about public health interventions. It's all about ensuring access to cleaner sources of energy for our people. And as you well know, air pollution is today, and I think being in India, you know very well what I'm talking about. Air pollution is today responsible for 6.5 million premature deaths per year. Unless we solve this problem of ensuring access to cleaner sources of energy, we will not reduce air pollution. In a positive way, if we implement, if we execute what is under the Paris Treaty, if we tackle the causes of climate change, we will be reducing air pollution, and by doing so, we will reduce those 6.5 million deaths caused every year by exposure to air pollution. We have plenty of interventions that have proved to be very effective. And if I can give you an idea for more projects on research, is to look at what will be the health co-benefits of any intervention to tackle the causes of climate change. And then you will see that promoting a more sustainable food production system, then we will have benefits not only on the agricultural production, but on the way we produce our food, on the waste we generate, and of course on healthy diets that will be very much in favor of reducing the major threats of non-communicable diseases and obesity related, and malnutrition, of course. If we look at interventions related to transport, and we promote a more sustainable public transport system in cities, then we will have an opportunity as well to have a more active lifestyle in our cities, reduce injuries, and of course, once again, reduce the air pollution that is responsible for many diseases, and among them, a big proportion of the non-communicable diseases. We know today that air pollution is responsible for stroke, ischemic heart disease, lung cancer, and not only for infectious and communicable diseases. So this is yet another argument why we need to do more action and to raise our voice, our health voice on this climate change dialogue. For many years, people have been talking about climate change as if it was an issue of glaciers melting and polar bears. Well, this is an issue of health, human health. And I think if we, on a very strong way, we put on the table all of those health arguments, why it's so important to do all of these interventions to tackle climate change, because we need to protect our health, I think this is the way that we can change completely this approach, generate more action against climate change, more political interest, more resources, and hopefully we will promote a more sustainable development. Very happy to be with you. I wish you a very, very successful meeting, and I really hope that the next time I will be able to join you in India. All the best, and again, thank you very much for inviting me.